In the quiet cul-de-sac of Maplewood Lane, Evergreen Heights, Colorado, 26-year-old Mia Reynolds moved into her first owned home with nothing but optimism and a moving truck full of second-hand furniture. It was early spring, the Rockies still capped with snow in the distance, and the neighborhood looked like a postcard: manicured lawns, identical beige siding, American flags fluttering from every porch. Mia, a freelance graphic designer who worked from home, thought she'd finally found peace after years of noisy city apartments. She painted her front door a cheerful teal, planted wildflowers along the walkway, and baked cookies for the welcome committee that never showed up. Next door lived Karen Whitaker, 58, retired school administrator, self-appointed president of the Homeowners Association, and undisputed queen of petty grievances. Karen's house was pristine, lawn mowed to golf course precision, hedges trimmed into perfect cubes, holiday decorations swapped out exactly on calendar dates. From the moment Mia's moving truck blocked the street for 45 minutes, Karen's reign of microscopic tyranny began. It started small. A politely worded note taped to Mia's door about proper recycling bin placement, because the lid was open 2 inches. Then an email, somehow Karen had gotten her address, complaining about the unauthorized, teal paint violating HOA color guidelines. Mia checked the bylaws, teal was fine, and ignored it. Karen escalated. Anonymous reports to the HOA about Mia's excessive weekend music. It was lo-fi beats at moderate volume, her dogs barking, Mia didn't own a dog, and the eyesore of her wildflower garden attracting bees. Mia tried to be the bigger person. She waved hello. She shoveled Karen's sidewalk after a snowstorm when Karen was out of town. She even left a peace-offering basket of homemade granola on the porch. Karen responded by installing a motion-activated security camera aimed directly at Mia's front door and driveway. The neighborhood watched from behind curtains. Evergreen Heights was full of Karens in training, retirees with too much time and too many opinions, but Karen was the original. Most residents just complied to avoid the drama. Mia, raised by a single mom who'd taught her to stand her ground, refused to bow. The petty wars went nuclear in June. Mia hosted a small backyard barbecue for her birthday, 6 friends, string lights, a Bluetooth speaker playing indie rock at conversation level until 10 p.m. At 9:57 p.m., Karen called the non-emergency police line. 2 officers showed up, embarrassed, confirmed the noise was negligible, and left with slices of cake. The next morning, Mia found her trash bins tipped over, contents scattered across the lawn. Raccoons, Karen would later claim. Mia installed her own security cameras. Over the next months, the pranks escalated like a slow-motion arms race. Karen accidentally scheduled lawn service at 7 a.m. on Saturdays, leaf blowers screaming outside Mia's bedroom window. Mia responded by placing a flamingo flock on her lawn overnight, 50 pink plastic birds staring at Karen's house. Karen filed an HOA complaint about tacky lawn ornaments. The flamingos vanished one night. Mia found them lined up on Karen's driveway the next morning, each wearing a tiny handwritten sign, "Return to owner." Karen retaliated by signing Mia up for every junk mail service imaginable: religious pamphlets, life insurance offers, penis enlargement ads. Mia's mailbox overflowed. Mia signed Karen up for Scientology literature and a monthly subscription to a niche magazine about competitive beekeeping. Karen parked her SUV an inch over the property line, forcing Mia to squeeze past it every day. Mia started parking her own car perfectly centered, leaving Karen barely enough room to open her driver's side door. The neighborhood group chat, which Mia had been added to against her will, became a battlefield of passive-aggressive emojis and concerned neighbor posts. Someone started a betting pool on who would break first. Mia almost did. There were nights she lay awake listening to Karen's TV blaring through the shared wall, wondering if homeownership had been a mistake. But surrender felt worse than war. She began researching the ultimate counterprank, something so perfectly targeted, so undeniably clever, that it would end the feud without giving Karen legal ammunition. She spent weeks planning. She observed Karen's routines: Tuesday trash day, Thursday book club, Sunday church in her pearl necklace and sensible heels. She learned Karen's greatest pride was her lawn, specifically, the annual Evergreen Heights Yard of the Month award she'd won 8 years running. The judging happened in late September. Mia's revenge would be beautiful, harmless, and devastatingly poetic. Phase 1. She ordered 2,000 biodegradable seed bombs online, wildflower mixes designed to sprout quickly in sunny conditions. Phase 2. She recruited 3 trusted friends with impeccable alibis. Phase 3. She waited for the perfect night. On a moonless Thursday in early September, after Karen left for book club, Mia and her crew, dressed in black, moving like garden ninjas, scattered the seed bombs across every inch of Karen's pristine lawn. They worked in silence, raking lightly to cover the evidence, finishing just as Karen's headlights swept the street. Nothing happened for 2 weeks. Karen mowed as usual, oblivious. Then the rains came. By mid-September, Karen's lawn exploded into color. Poppies, cosmos, black-eyed Susans, and daisies erupted in chaotic, glorious profusion. The grass disappeared beneath a riot of blooms that spilled over the sidewalk and crept toward the driveway. Bees arrived in droves. Butterflies followed. The yard looked like a Monet painting had crash-landed in suburbia. Karen was apoplectic. She spent days on her knees yanking flowers, only for twice as many to replace them. The HOA received frantic calls. Weeds, violations, property values plummeting. But the flowers weren't weeds. They were native species, eco-friendly, and technically not prohibited. The yard was undeniably the most beautiful on the block. Judging day arrived. The HOA committee, 3 retirees who'd always rubber-stamped Karen's wins, stood in stunned silence before the floral apocalypse. Children from the cul-de-sac brought their parents to see the magic garden. Photos flooded neighborhood social media. Someone nominated it for Yard of the Month as a joke. It won unanimously. Karen refused to accept the tacky plastic sign. She hired landscapers to rip everything out, but the roots had already spread. The flowers returned, defiant. The final blow came the following week. Mia left a simple note in Karen's mailbox. No threats, no gloating, just a single printed photo of the winning yard in full bloom and a short message. Congratulations on Yard of the Month. Truce. 2 days later, Karen knocked on Mia's door holding a bottle of wine and a Tupperware of lemon bars. Her face was tight, but her eyes held something new, defeat mixed with reluctant respect. I've been difficult, she said, the words sounding foreign in her mouth. Your garden was beautiful. I was jealous. And maybe scared of change. Mia accepted the lemon bars. They never became friends, exactly. But the cameras came down. The junk mail stopped. Karen even defended Mia's teal door at the next HOA meeting, calling it a refreshing pop of personality. The cul-de-sac exhaled. The betting pool paid out to the guy who'd picked wildflowers on a whim. Years later, when new neighbors moved in and asked about the quiet older woman next door who always waved first, Mia would smile and say, "We had our differences. But sometimes the best revenge is just helping someone grow, whether they want to or not." And every spring, a few stubborn wildflowers still bloom along the property line, a quiet reminder that even the pettiest wars can end in unexpected beauty.